Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby. I'm playing in a Tier 7 Chinese light tank. I'm playing on Malinovka in a Tier 10 game, and I'm about to show you an awesome bush location that you can use if you spawn on this side. Okay! Now, get out your camping stove, put some sausages on the fire, fry up some bacon, warm up some beans, have yourself a full English breakfast for all you need, because this is how to scout Malinovka. I'm going to put this in double time actually, or even, yes, double time. We're going to watch it in double time. So there are a bunch of other bush locations that you can use on this map, but this one is by far the most effective if you've got a lot of artillery at keeping the enemy tanks boxed in. You need to be mindful. For example, I can see this T-71. However, he will not spot us quite yet. I do have 6th sense on my WZ-131. I recommend that you have 6th sense on all of your tanks if at all possible, but really you've got to prioritize it on your light tanks. It is very, very, very important to have. I also have camouflage on this tank as a crew skill on all of my crew, and you're seeing the effect that it can have. That E100 has been completely taken out nearly, and there he goes. That was completely our spotting, and we're giving all of the tanks who are camping in base. I mean, how often do you see this on Malinovka, where you've got all of your tanks literally camping in base and only a few going up? That's because my spotting has literally meant that they can't leave base. They're under constant fire. Look, we've got 2 IS-7s, an E100, an E75, a T-57 heavy tank, all completely locked down here. When you're scouting, try and use your request fire key. I've bound it to T, like what it used to be. You can change it in your config now and try and request fire at targets which you think are about to do silly things. Like, I'm saying this T-110, he's doing silly things. Maybe by using my request fire, I'll get my team to focus up on what matters. And there we go. There's a T-110 out. So, we've got an E100 completely out, a T-110 completely out. There's 2 IS-7s camping in base along with an E-75, the T-57's camping, and oh, we just saw that we got spotted. Let's take some evasive maneuvers. That's the power of 6th sense. We got spotted by the T-71 that was on my east, but he just got taken out. So I've managed to avoid artillery fire. Just. And now, let's resume the camp. Gonna speed the game up a little bit again. We can see there's a T-110 advancing. I almost wish that he hadn't, and that we'd had an opportunity to literally just chill here for the whole game. Watching it in double time now. We're still calling in fire on the 75. Unfortunately, my connection is a little troll, and I'm getting lag spikes. But I decide that enough is enough. I feel like the game is completely won now, and that I might as well go in and try and do some damage and go for artillery to maximize the experience that I'll get from the game. So, I haven't been spotted, Now I've been spotted by the 113 who's above me. I need to make a beeline for the artillery. Now I decide to jink, make my movements erratic, and we dodge the shell from the GW Tiger. I fire at the GWE on the way in, but I really want to get hull down over here and avoid fire from the IS-7s and the 113.
Looks like that one went right through.
I use this Tiger as a meat shield between me and the GWE now. And unfortunately, we're getting attacked by 113. I managed to avoid his ram. And now I'm hoping that my artillery will save me here. This is a Tier 10 Chinese heavy tank. And I'm just trying to avoid the fire. Unfortunately, he does the right thing, which is to go back, but he misses his shell. I track him, and now it's time to try the circle strafe. We can see that he was over-aiming there, so I jink left. But unfortunately, I felt like I had a bit of a spike there, and he managed to get the shell off. But that's another tier 10 heavy almost completely taken out. And there's the end of his life. Some cheeky scouting on Malinovka, and let's just see what kind of stats we get in the after-game report. So we managed to get 134,000 credits for our scout game there, which was a really great result. Remember, when you're scouting for people, you're making half the credits and half the experience, so it's really in your interest to get as much spotting damage as you can. And we can see that even though we only did 600 damage that game, we did over 12,000 spotting damage. We can see, for example, that we did 100% spotting damage to that E100, and we got 2002 experience, which is for a non-double, I hasten to add. It was quite frustrating for me because our bat chat did that YOLO run at the beginning, which, to be fair, it was a good move. He managed to pick up a lot of the spots. So we only detected 8 enemies. If the bat chat hadn't done that, this would have been a monster game. We would have got a scout medal for sure. We would have got all of the extra spotting experience that the bat chat got at the beginning, and this really would have been a massive game in the WZ-131 if we were able to do that. But we can see that we got over half extra what the next guy did due to our 12,000 spotting damage. And I showed you what binoculars and static bush, and looking at my crew skills there you go, 6th sense camo as the priority in my opinion on your light tank crews. And really this is very, very repeatable, and that bush is very, 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 very powerful. You can even sneak in there in some medium tanks if you get a good spawn location. I've enjoyed my WZ-131 grind. I've now got the 132, and I'm really looking forward to using it. It's got the flexibility to be a scout, but it also can do a little bit of brawling when it needs to, but it lacks the autoloader of the other real high-tier scouts. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this scout work and I've shown you a great bush location to use on Malinovka. I live stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays on twitch.tv/QuickyBaby, so if you want to see me playing live and ask me a few questions, then think about coming and checking me out. As always guys, you've been epic, thank you so much. Think about rating the video, and I'll hopefully see you soon.